The kiss that shook the stars. The first time Lydia kissed an alien, an entire empire surrendered. It started with the Thranzak Dominion, a species of towering beetle-like warlords who had conquered 3 galaxies before breakfast. Their leader, Supreme Overlord Krasix, had been in the middle of declaring war on Earth when Lydia, bored and fed up with negotiations, leaned in and kissed him on the mandibles. The effect was immediate. Krasix's chitinous exoskeleton turned a deep shade of violet, his 6 eyes dilated, and he dropped to his many knees. Within the hour, every Thranzak warship had powered down, their armies laying down their weapons in an overwhelming display of unconditional surrender. The incident was classified, but soon Lydia was Earth's secret weapon, sent across the stars to topple civilizations with nothing but a well-placed peck on the cheek. It worked, every time, until now. The people of Halcyon Prime were human, not just humanoid, actual, flesh-and-blood humans. Lydia stared at the Council of Halcyon leaders, her usual confident smirk faltering for the first time in years. They were taller than Earth humans, their features impossibly symmetrical, their eyes shimmering with an intelligence that felt ancient. "I don't understand," she murmured, staring at the man before her, their leader, or at least the one who had spoken the most. His name was Elion, and his presence made her stomach feel like it was full of rogue gravity fields. "You expected us to submit," Elion said, his voice calm, almost amused. "Because your kisses have conquered many." Lydia flushed, crossing her arms. "Well, yeah, that's kind of my thing." The council exchanged knowing glances, as if she were a child who had just claimed she could breathe in space. "You don't know, do you?" Elion stepped forward, close enough that she could see the faint gold threads woven into his robes. "The truth of your people." Lydia frowned. "The truth?" Elion smiled, and it was like watching the sunrise. "Earth is a splinter world, a lost colony. Long ago, your ancestors left our civilization to seek new frontiers. In time, they forgot where they came from." Lydia's breath caught. "That's not possible. We would have known." "Would you?" Elion tilted his head. "Or did your leaders tell you what they wanted you to believe?" The words stung because they rang true. Lydia had spent her entire life as a tool of conquest, never questioning why she alone had this power, why she could bend the wills of species across the universe with nothing more than a touch. Because she was never meant to be among them. She had been meant to be here. She looked up at Elion, heart pounding. "My pheromones barely work on you." He smiled again. "Because we are the same." And just like that, Lydia realized she had been playing the wrong game all along. Earth's government did not take the news well. When Lydia informed them of Halcyon Prime, of the truth behind their origins, they had scoffed. When she told them she was staying, they had threatened, bribed, begged. But there was nothing they could do. Halcyon Prime was beyond their reach, both technologically and philosophically. Where Earth had spent centuries clawing its way to power, Halcyon had simply existed in quiet dominance, uninterested in war, until provoked. Lydia suspected Earth's leaders had realized the same thing she had, that if they tried to take her back, if they tried to poke the ancient humans hard enough, they would bite. And when they did, it would not be a battle, it would be an extinction event. So Earth let her go. For now. Years later, as Lydia stood on a Halcyon balcony overlooking a sky filled with stars, she found herself wondering, would Earth ever change? Would there come a time when her people, not the rulers who had wielded her like a weapon, but the ordinary people, would look up at the stars and wonder where they truly belonged? And perhaps one day would they come looking? Elion stepped beside her, gazing at the same endless sky. "You're thinking about them again?" Lydia sighed. "Yeah." He was quiet for a moment, then, with a small, knowing smile, he said, "Maybe some of them are thinking about you, too." She hoped so, because for the first time in her life, she knew exactly where she belonged.